We're on the banks of the Grand River, just outside of Hamilton, and we're gonna get the opportunity to visit two Indigenous communities today, Six Nations and Mississaugas of the Credit. And I love that I get to do it with you, Dane Evans. Let's understand a little bit of your background. What is your native background?
My native background is Wichita and Affiliated Tribes. That's the full name of our tribe, but I just tell people I'm Wichita. It's on my dad's side. My grandma and my great-grandma were both part of it. My great-grandma is the one who was in the, it's not called a residential school in the States. It's actually called an Indian school, very similar to a residential school. And she was taken from her land and taken there, and they tried to tell her not to speak her language and all that, but she actually prevailed through all that, did everything they asked of her, and she continued to speak her language. And when she passed away in 2016, she was the last fluent speaker of our language. So that's something that I'm always honored to just be a part of the family and a part of the tribe for that. It's been something that's always been important to me. And now, like I said, I have this platform. I just want to get it out there.
Well, I'm honored to experience this with you. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Chief Stacy LaForme, thank you for having us.
My pleasure. Welcome.
Thank you. This is Dane Evans.
How's it going? Dane
Hey,
Evans.
Dan. Pleasure.
Yes, sir. Nice to meet you.
Appreciate you having us and representing the Mississaugas, the Credit First Nation. What land does it exist on?
The Mississaugas of the Credit are part of the Mississauga Nation. We're about 2,600 people. The Mississauga Nation is about 10,000. The Mississauga have treaty lands of 3.9 million acres in southern Ontario. You know, treaties taken with the Mississaugas where we understood, you know, you're going to share it with us. But the Canadian perspective and before that the Crown and the English perspective as well, no, you're giving this up. This is ours. The history of the Mississaugas was to the point where that not only did we lose most of our land, but we also lost our way. We lost most of our culture and our practices. And so we began to re-identify with who we were.
When we are spending time to reflect, to learn, what should we be focused on?
Reconciliation's a word. Is it enough? I don't know, but it's good enough. It's fine, we can use reconciliation. But the idea is we try to make things better. We try to put things back the way they were intended to be before we made all these foolish steps to try and think that everything should all be the same. What a boring world we'd live in if everything was the same. You know, the uncovering of the children. That was a moment in time that I think slapped a lot of Canadians in the face and said, whoa, I didn't know this was going on. You know, and there was no more time to deny or say this didn't happen or, you know, that's not involved me. These are our kids, all our kids. And that was a moment I think that was a reality check for this country.
This next stop will be interesting for you, given your real interest in language.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm stoked about it.
Nikki, thank you for having us.
Hi,
This is
I'm
Dane
Nikki.
Evans.
Hi,
Welcome.
Dane. Nice to meet you.
He's a much
meet you.
better student than I am. I'm bad at all languages, including English. But language, in terms of the Mississaugas of the Credit, how important is it to continue to teach it so that it's not lost?
In our language is our whole world view. So it enriches us because it gives us, first of all, a sense of pride in who we are. But it also reminds us of our connection to the natural world and nature. So if you're a speaker of our language, you don't have to be taught to respect the environment or to respect the animals, because those teachings are all within our language. You know, as long as I can teach the students the basics and get them excited about learning Anishinaabe and get them inspired and motivated to continue their language journey, then I feel like I've done my part to help revitalize our language.
Kevin Sandy, CEO, Director of the Iroquois Lacrosse Program. Thank you for having us. Dane Evans, quarterback, you sling it in a different way. What is your lacrosse expertise?
Very limited. Just playing with friends here and there. Nothing like ever structured or anything. So I'm excited about what Kevin's going to be teaching me today.
Yeah, we're both here to learn. And the first thing is, you know, we say lacrosse, but really it's the creator's game. What is the history of the sport in your culture?
Yeah, well, my culture is Haudenosaunee, and then in my language, in English, if I kind of change Haudenosaunee, that would mean people of the Longhouse are the ones who build the longhouses, because that's where our people live, our way of life and our teachings. We had games. We had games that we played, like say this stick ball game that you see here that you know is known as lacrosse, and a lot of Canadians and Americans know it as lacrosse. For us, it's called Diwan Kachikwa. It's connected to who we are. It's connected to everything that is purely spiritual about who we are as Haudenosaunee people. When we're playing at the Longhouse, we're also playing to honor those thunder beings.
Right.
Yeah, you heard thunder earlier today. I'm not sure if you heard it or not. Like I said, but when I hear thunder, I love that sound, right? Because I know it's going to nourish Mother Earth.
Right.
Yeah, right now we're at harvest time. But like you say, springtime, because when we play our game, we play to honor those 7 thunder beings.
Cody Jameson.
What's going on, guys?
Thank you for welcoming us
How's it going?
to your
Nice
house.
to meet you, sir. Nice to meet you.
Mohawk lacrosse player, pro athlete, representing Turtle Clan. You know him well as a Ticat season ticket holder.
Yes, I do.
How important is lacrosse, modern day, to Mohawk people?
Yeah, for all of our Haudenosaunee people, our 6 nations, it's medicine, you know, and it's not in the sense of you know, taking a pill because I'm sick. It's a lot of other things. You know, we struggle with mental health, and I find, you know, being in a team function definitely helps that.
I was struck reading the 94 calls to action by the Truth and Reconciliation Commission that 5 of them were directed to sport. How have you seen sport, specifically lacrosse, help, you know, change some of the systemic barriers that we have for Indigenous people in this country?
For me personally, it's helped tremendously. I don't think I would have been able to say that I would have a post-secondary education if it wasn't for lacrosse.
Similar to the role of sport back home?
Yeah, exact same. Everything Cody's saying about lacrosse is like literally me with football. I went to the University of Tulsa, and I wouldn't even been able to get into that school if it wasn't for football. So much like Cody owes a lot to lacrosse, I owe a ton to football, and it's just awesome to be like passionate about sport like that, especially being Native kids growing up.
When there's community support and family support, you know, that's what really it makes a difference. And so we always try to make sure that, you know, that people feel supported.
Let's go! Let's go! Man, what a day. When we talk about truth and reconciliation in this country, talk about listening and learning, I'm an active learner. I felt like I learned so much. What was the biggest takeaway for you?
Yeah, I'm the exact same way. I'm very hands-on, very active. It's one thing to read about it online or in a book or whatever, but when you get out here and you talk to the people that live out here and that are from here, for me, I'm a sport guy, so it was amazing to see how sport is correlated to everyday life in this instance, and how a game such as lacrosse or football can like tie everything in together bigger than sport. So that was pretty awesome. We might all be from different walks of life, right? Like I'm from the States, everybody up here is obviously from up here, but we're all pulling towards the same thing. Like everybody knows that like what happened was bad, and it's not about just like pushing it away anymore. It's about learning about it and moving forward from it.
Well, certainly we want to pay our respects, but also we had the opportunity to have a lot of fun. So appreciate you for coming out here and getting a little bit uncomfortable, but having an awesome time.
Yeah, no, it was fantastic. It was great, and I'd love to do it again.
Hey yo, hey, 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 hey.
Phenomenal.
Phenomenal.